Hey, this is Retired Geek Woman Adventures with Rhiannon with Stardew Valley Retired Slow Play, part number 89. And we are in day 14 of fall in year number 3. So we're just short of 400,000 gold. That's great. We don't have any huge things coming up, but there will be a few things. And eventually we're going to be spending millions. So we're just not there yet. Always say good morning to the family first and then get busy on the chores. While I'm doing my chores, I want to welcome all of my new subscribers. You guys are awesome. I love all your comments and I love getting up in the morning and saying, do I have any new subscribers? And then I do. It's so exciting to me. It tells me I'm doing something that other people find valuable. So I wanted to mention that somewhere during this video there is going to be a secret word of the day. Please listen for it and use it down in the comments section in a sentence. Be creative. Do not say the secret word of the day is fill in the blank. No, no, no. Use a secret word of the day in a creative sentence and play along. Don't hurt my feelings. Play along. It's fun. We're doing something fun. And I redid this gate here and sometimes I don't quite get it just right. So the things I want to mention that the title of this video has the words retired slow play, and there's a reason for that. This is not a min-max. This is not a power game. This is not how to get a billion gold in 1 year. That is not the purpose of my playthroughs at all. The purpose of my playthroughs is to enjoy a game. And every game that I play, that's what I do. I enjoy it. And so I'm going to show you things a lot of people miss because they're power gaming through stuff. And I don't do that. Now, do I have a plan? Yes, I do. Do I play the most efficient way? Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes not so efficient, but that's not on purpose. I try to play as sufficiently as possible. Efficiently. Good Lord. I guess I need some more tea this morning so before I start talking. Efficiently. I'm trying to play as efficiently as I can, but I'm not obsessed about it. And I'm going to enjoy the game and share it with you in the way that I've enjoyed games for over 30 years. And I've had a lot of nice comments from people saying, I love the way that you play. I would not have done it that way. I would not have known even to play that way, because most people, when they look at videos on how to play games, they're power gaming through it. So not here. Nope, nope, nope. Notice that our ancient fruits are harvestable today. This is always an exciting day when this happens. This is our number one revenue stream. It's going to be ancient fruit wine that we're going to age in the cellar to iridium quality. You're going to believe how much money that brings in when that happens. Now, eventually, we are going to have to put in more rows of those casks and to really ramp up, but right now I don't know that I'm almost to the point of having enough fruits to go ahead and get that going. So that'll be coming in the future. We're going to fill that whole entire cellar with casks. So it just depends on how fast we can get them put through here. We're getting close to being able to increase not only the size of this shed, but add in more kegs and more preserve jars. I don't want to do that until I have more of a sufficient supply of the fruits and things that we'll be putting through them, because then I'm like, okay, I don't have enough, but we're getting close. And you can see we've got lots and lots of wines to put through here. Eventually I'm going to grab those bottles that are not ancient fruit wines and start putting them through the shipping bin. And if you have not seen the shipping bin before, Mayor Lewis tells us he will come over during the night and pick up anything that you want to ship. Now that's kind of weird that we got Mayor Lewis sneaking around your house, because I've been here at midnight and he still hadn't been there. So, and even 1 o'clock in the morning. So what time of the day do you think he's coming around here? It's kind of weird, a little bit creepy, but hey, it works because that's how we're making money. You can do it other ways. You can go to Pierre's, for instance, and sell your produce to him directly, or you can just put it in your shipping bin, and that's what I choose to do. And it looks like our fiber is not ready yet, and I thought maybe whenever it gets to 10 rainbow shrimp, then I do fish some out and leaving just enough so they propagate. thinking, what the heck is in my way? Eventually, those trees right there got to go. They're in my way. They're annoying me. Right now, though, I'm excited that we're getting fairy rose honey. So I love that this decorative area here is also a money maker for us. It's also a revenue stream. And I saw this on the forums. There's a place where you can showcase your farms, and I saw someone that had done that, and I thought, gosh, that looks so awesome. So that's why I ended up doing that. Got a couple pumpkins there. Thank you guys. So that's why I created that area. That's where most of my farm ideas came from, is the farm showcase forum. Go check out the forum links down below. There's other links that are useful for you there. The main Stardew Valley page from Concerned Ape. There's also the link to the forums, which are invaluable when you're playing this game. Totally invaluable. Definitely get on there, say hello. You can even tag me if you want, and I'll say hello right back. I mean, I don't know that I would have enjoyed this game a percentage as much without those amazing people there that answered my endless questions over and over again. They're wonderful. One of the best groups of game fans that I have come across in my 30 plus years. So go check them out and say hello when you do. Somewhere in this video there's going to be a secret word of the day, and keep your ears out. You never know when it's coming, so keep your ears out and use the secret word of the day down in the comments in a creative fashion. So it looks like things are growing pretty good. Those are all pumpkins in the middle there. That's my main crop. And oops, didn't mean to do that. Main crop around the edges is cranberries. I usually have one main crop, at least one secondary crop, and maybe a secondary crop. Haven't figured out a word for that. We're getting there as far as being self-sufficient. That's one of my game goals, is that I don't have to buy any seeds, and we're getting real close to that. I was hoping that it would be this year, but it looks like it's going to be into year 4. And at that point, we shouldn't have to buy seeds from Pierre. So that's my goal. So we've got our chores done. It's 12:30 p.m. and it's time to figure out, okay, what am I gonna do next? I'm looking at my ore right now. I've only got 84 iron ore, and so it's like, oh my gosh, that's not good. We really need more. So we also need to continue working on our friendships. So I'm looking for anybody that doesn't have 8 hearts yet. That will be something that we just continually are working on. And then the other thing I'll be working on is, as you can see, it's the 14th of the month. And we have 14 more days until the season is over. And so what I'm doing is I'm making more pumpkin seeds, because there's going to be more pumpkins that are harvested, and I want to try to get them in there and get them planted so that we can continue to propagate the pumpkins. They make really good, it's a good produce, and it makes pickled pumpkins when you put them in the preserve jars. So that's something that we're going to continue to be working on. And I'm thinking, okay, do we have some that already got harvested? Can we go plant them? And also, this new machine, isn't this awesome? This machine sits next to your resources chests, and you don't have to pull the resources into your bag anymore. So I decided to get this item, and it's awesome. So you can see I can make a whole bunch more, but I don't want to use all my resources up. So I want to make a couple of more so that we've got more. So I think this will bring us up to 8. What do we have? 6 right now? We have 6. 2 more is going to make 8 all along that wall there. I don't know if I'll be making any more, but we'll see. So obviously, to be able to propagate more, it's like I can put 1 there. Yeah, I could fit in a couple more. So I may put a couple more in here eventually. And I can also put rows of them, banks of them if I want to. And I can move those 2 chests over, and we could do even more. So usually by the 15th of the month, I am making the seeds for the following month. Because as you can see, I'm not doing these for the following month. I'm doing these for the next planting, because we can still plant and have them harvestable in time. Look at that. Yeah. Awesomeness. So here we go. 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. And keep in mind that when you put in 1 pumpkin, you can get anywhere from 1 to 3 seed packets. So that's pretty awesome. So that's how you're able to propagate more and more and more to be able to not buy the seeds. And to me, that's profit. It's all about profit for me. And I shouldn't say it's all about profit. It's about being a self-sustaining farm and not having to buy anymore from Pierre. I want to do it myself. I saw people in the forum talking about this and say it's a waste of time. No, it isn't. Not if your goal is to be self-sustaining, and that's one of my goals. That's the cool thing about this game, is that you can make your own goals, whatever you want them to be. So like that one person I talked about on the forum recently, he actually did a YouTube on it, on how he made 1 billion gold in 1 year. So that's his fun. That's his fun. Not my fun, but it's his fun. So that's okay. You saw, I think it said at 13 days. So we've completed one more planting of pumpkins as of today and tomorrow. We could do it tomorrow, but it would be, of course we got deluxe speed grow. It's supposed to do 25% faster. So I'm just kind of prepping for when all those are harvested, and that's going to happen in the next day or so, and we'll get the pumpkins planted and just be pumpkins. And that will be it, because once the fall is over, we have winter, and we don't plant in the winter time except in the greenhouse. So the planting season will be over. You get a break. You get a whole season off. It's interesting. I saw somebody complaining about that, saying that they're bored in the wintertime. I'm thinking, really? There's a lot to do in the wintertime. This is the perfect time to reorganize your fields or your farm. It's the perfect time to work on your relationships. It's the perfect time to go to the mines. We're going to have to go to Skull Cavern here. We got that on our task list. So Skull Cavern. There's lots of things to do in the wintertime. And there's a couple of festivals. So I don't know why people say that. I guess because of what they do in game isn't available. So I'm kind of basically looking around here is what I'm doing. I'm taking a look around the farm, which I love to do. And I'm looking at these trees that are in my way. I'm looking at that tree that's right there in the way. I still don't know what I'm going to do with that area there. I've tossed around the idea of making a tree farm area. I have not done that in the past ever, but I'm thinking about it. It just depends on how much hay we need. I've always created a field for growing hay, and that area is what I usually have used that for. So I don't know if I'm going to or not. I love looking at this. It's like, okay, look at all the things we can make. And some of these things that we can't make is because the resources are not in the chest nearby, because this machine has to be near a chest that has the resources in it. So I was just kind of looking through it. It's like, this is cool. Lamp posts. I know we're going to need a lot more lamp posts, but it does use batteries. And so I don't know how many batteries I have, and I don't want to use them all up just in case. Yeah, I know how many I have. It tells me I have 13 batteries left. So in case I end up needing them for something, I didn't, like, there's our batteries. Yeah, I didn't want to use too many, but I knew that I needed a couple in here. So again, something that's going to be coming very soon is we are going to completely decorate the inside of this farmhouse. It's coming very soon, so stay tuned for that. It's a very exciting thing when you can actually decorate. I've done very, very, very minimal decorating because it's very expensive if you just start buying individual decorations and stuff. So I'm not going to invest too much until we get a special items that let us do it in a massive way. So coming soon, okay? So hang in there with me. But we are going to start on a few things like this. So it's like I hit that thing thinking I had more lamp posts, and I don't. But I'm going to put these ones away. And I hate to toss them until I don't need them anymore. It's like, we're getting closer to being able to make more lamp posts, but I don't want to run my battery supply down too much. So, the wines are ready. So let's see, we could do melons, cranberries, we could do ancient fruit. I'm going to keep our monies going, and we've got a ton of ancient fruit. We're doing great with that, so I see no reason not to. And star fruit, oh my gosh, we got star fruits. Starfruit is the most lucrative wine, but again, it takes 54 days, plus you have to replant the starfruit, so they're kind of a pain. So I do keep one batch of them growing in the greenhouse, and we will go ahead and age them to iridium quality, 54 days. But the ancient fruit to me are better because of you don't need to replant them all the time. So we're going to come down, put these away, and oh my goodness, there we go. Is that the first? That's our first batch of starfruit wine. And I decided to go ahead and grab these real quick. We've got 1, 2, 3. We have 4 more items to mature. And then once that's done, we'll plant the cheese in the middle. So we're going to go toss what is it? Regular cheese, cranberry wine into the shipping bin. So I don't know why I hadn't done that before. I guess I was just waiting. And we'll go ahead and grab that. It's like, okay, get these few things done here. It's getting only 8:20. It's not that late, but there's only so many things that I want to get done in a day, and when I get it all done, it's like, okay, now what do I do? So anyway, just doing some menial tasks here to end out our day. And generally I like to get in bed around 10, but I'll stay up later if there's something that I'm needing to do, or I'm adventuring, or I'm in the mine, or whatever the case may be. Sometimes stay out a little bit later. There's negatives to that for those of you who haven't played before. If you're out past 1 a.m., that you won't get your energy back the next day, not all of it, about half of it. If you don't go to bed before 2 a.m., you will pass out, and it costs 1,000 for someone to find you wherever you are, and that can be on the front steps of your house, and put you in bed, and it costs you 1,000 gold, and that ticks me off. That does not make me happy at all when I do that, because that's just not paying attention, and that's very annoying to not pay it, to have it cost you that much money for not paying attention. So anyway, I had not been into the bat cave for a while. In the beginning of the game, Demetrius comes by and say, hey, I want to set up an experiment. Can I set up a bat cave, or would you prefer a mushroom cave? And I choose the bat cave because of the fruits that it gives that are late game fruits, and it helps me with the community center. I know some people like the mushroom one because you get mushrooms that you can't get early in the game. I like the bat cave by far. I did a test game when I first started playing and realized I'd made some just bad choices and things, and I started over, and that one that I start over was the one that was my 11-year save, and this is my 3rd save actually, as far as a real game that I've played. So definitely for me, that bat cave is the choice. So that's going to end our day. And I was like, where'd Harvey go? Oh, he kind of wanders around. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow is Sandy's birthday. So we may have to run over and see Sandy and give her a birthday gift. So time for bed. And oh, look at this. Here's kind of an interesting thing that happens sometimes. A little fairy comes by, and she will sprinkle some fairy dust on some crops. And look at this. Look at that. Well, thank you so much, little fairy, for doing that. So if those were the day before, like they were the day before that they're ready, the center of the pumpkins turned yellow. So those were not ready to pop. I just wanted to point that out. Cranberry wine. All right. Oh, look at the rose, the fairy rose honey. 81.60. Oh my gosh. So we had a very productive money day, so that's good. Now we're in the day 15 of fall in year number 3. And of course, our first thing every day is to say good morning to our family. Oh, there's a fair tomorrow. Okay. The Stardew Valley Fair is in the fall. And at the fair, if we go to it, we need to take 9 items that are high quality items. We can put them on the display thing, and then there's games we can play. So we'll try to make the fair. I don't make all of the events. I do certain ones I do want to make. Okay, he's reminding us that it's at 9 a.m. 9 items and starting at 9 a.m. There's a Grange display, so we'll see that. So I want you to look at these pumpkins right here. Those were not ready. Those were not ready. So that fairy who came over and sprinkled the magic fairy dust is what caused that to happen. So thank you, fairy, for helping us with that. There are all kinds of little special things like that that happen. Like that ferry going across. Very early on, we had a witch that flew over the farm and turned our one of our eggs into a void egg. And there's just different things. We had a meteorite once. That was kind of interesting. So there's all kinds of things like that that happen that are little surprises that we've already seen, and there's others. We had that mysterious capsule that landed on the farm, which only happens once per save, and I completely screwed that up. So there's all kinds of stuff like that, and it's really fun, and it's a nice surprise to see these things and events that happen. So I'm running around saying good morning first, trying to make sure I don't miss anybody. It's so easy to miss them when they're wandering around. And let's see who we can milk and who we can't. Nanny has no milk. Goats are every other day, so that's why it'll say there's no milk available. There's baby Belle, and Belle is, you can't milk any babies. So here's Clara. Hello there, Clara. And the reason for the relationships is so that they give you higher quality products, and they have a higher chance of iridium quality. And so that's why it's important. One of the reasons why it's important to always pet your animals. Very important. You have to keep at it too, because if you stop petting them, they won't like you, and the quality of their products go down, which lower quality products, lower money. So I was like, wow, I got one egg. That's it. That didn't seem right to me. Oh, because I must have got another one and stuck it in there. So I hate it when I do that, when I run by too quickly. Not good. So go ahead and grab enough eggs to fill up the mayonnaise machine, and let's continue on with the morning chores. I noticed I had left the gate open. Nobody got out. That's a good thing. I left the other gate open. I look back and it's like, oh my gosh, let's see if we can get this. It doesn't matter really, but I like to keep them in one field or the other. And let's check, and everything looks good in there. Looks like our star fruits are getting close to being ready. And look at the Junimos. Look at our busy little guys. Thank you, guys. So let's see, put my milk can away, and let's go down into the cellar with our cheese. There we go. Come on, 4 items. That's all we need. Holy cow. We'll get there. Don't worry. And things will start popping, and we'll start making some good money. So I wanted to look at Sandy and see if there's any. We don't know what Sandy likes. We have no idea. We haven't given her any gifts, right? So I went to the wiki and I looked to see what does Sandy like, and so we can take Sandy a loved item on her birthday, because that will increase our relationship with her dramatically. And it's as many as 2. I've even gotten 3 hearts before, and I think it's because we can't see partial hearts. We can't see the actual points because I don't have any mods. There are mods that do that. I don't play any mods. But sometimes if I'm close to that next heart, I'll get 3 hearts with a loved gift on a birthday. That's the reason that I spent the money to buy a calendar for the house, so I could keep a much closer eye on things. Oh, I can see that my fiber is ready, so I'm not ready to chop it down in the present moment, but we'll get to that. So anyway, I double checked to see what Sandy loves so that we can go see her and give her a birthday gift on her birthday. So I had grabbed my fishing rod because I was at 10 of the rainbow trouts. Since I'm here, I'll go ahead and pull the coral out. Doesn't matter as long as I leave 1 in there and there's no more than 10. If there's 10, then they can't propagate 11. So you want to make sure that if there's 10 of something, you're pulling the other ones out. I'm keeping the rainbow trout as my only one non-coral pond, is because it's going to give us something special, or it has a very slight possibility of giving us a very special rare item. So for now, we're going to keep them in there and see what we get. Okay, we've got some pumpkins. So to find out how many I need to plant, I need to count all these pumpkins that we're getting. Look at all those. Oh my gosh. So I do a quick count in my head here and say, okay, that's how many we need. 41. So we need 41 seeds to replant the area. So I know that we have more than that because I propagated more than that. Look at that. So, yeah. And if we do it right away, then we won't have to refertilize. The fertilizer is already there. So put these away. Look at all those beautiful pumpkins waiting to be ran through the preserve jars, waiting to be made seeds with. So yeah, we're doing great. And I wanted to put away the roe that we got from the rainbow trout. And that's another small revenue stream that we have. And let's see what we got here. Put away the coral. So we got that. We got to put away our fishing pole and put away our fish. We're getting an awful lot of rainbow trout, which really is, we could use them for other things. So like the smash me or whatever that dish is that we give to our Sebastian. I should probably be using rainbow trout because I've got way too many of those. So but that's okay. We can put them in the shipping bin at some point if we want. And I thought that maybe, I was like, I can't believe I'm down to 3 deluxe speed grows. So I wasn't sure. There may be a spot or two, and I hate it if I'm already there. And okay, look at how cool this is. Oh, I don't have my oak resin in the resource chest. So I thought, you know what? Let's just make a bunch real quick. And I don't want to make so many that I use up all of the coral. So let's see how many I can make. It says that I can make 30, so I want to make 29 because I want to leave that coral, I want to leave one coral in my chest. And also, I want to double check, and I realized that it had used the gold quality. It's like, okay, we'll go ahead and see which one it uses up. So it's like, okay, keep going. So that this says only one. You can see the numbers to the right of the name. So I want to leave one there. Okay. And that gave us 145. We don't need it, but I want to double check. And yes, it left just the regular quality. So I just want to leave space. That's all. Okay, let's go plant these pumpkins. Plant, 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 plant. No problem. Get out of the way. Junimo guy is in the way. Get out of my way, little guy. He is totally in my way. He's running around getting in my way. So, and they just do that. Like, okay, I'm going to go over here somewhere else where they're not. And this is one spot. Here we go. That's good. We have fertilizer there, fertilizer there. I'm just making sure it's sparkly. It looks good. And we're going to keep planting. Then I saw a spot. I knew I had seen a spot that needed fertilizer. And don't know why, but I had it on me. So there we go. And let's see. All right. Now we have just enough days for these to be harvestable. So hopefully with the deluxe speed grow, it will grow quickly and efficiently. In theory. So I think there's one more spot. Please, in my brain, don't miss it. I see it. I see it. I see it. I see it. There we go. I knew I had 41 because I counted the pumpkins. So there we are. We planted 41 more, so that's fantastic. And I keep my deluxe speed grow in here. This is kind of like the spring seed chest, but it's also all of the other things, miscellaneous stuff. And so I wanted to collect the items that we needed for our gift giving. I know that Sandy loves daffodils, so we are going to go see Sandy in the desert and take her a daffodil and see how our relationship increases with Sandy. Unfortunately, at this time, the only way to get to the Calico Desert, unless you have a totem, which I don't believe we have any, is to pay 500 gold to go to the Calico Desert via the bus. I think it's funny. You go in the bus, the door's shut, and then Sandy's standing outside, and then all of a sudden she's inside. Not sure how she got on that bus. So here is the Calico Desert, which we've been to recently. In recent episodes, we discovered the casino, which was really fun. So you'll have to go check that out. And we've also got this merchant over here that has different things on different days. So every time I come over, I'm trying to show you guys. I'm not interested in buying anything right now. Then they don't take money. They take other things in for trade. And I'm not going to trade Omni Geodes for a red cowboy hat. I mean, really? I mean, how badly? Look at this. Sandy, where you going, Sandy? I didn't mean to hit you. Hello, hello, sweetie. I'm so glad that the bus is back in service. It was starting to get lonely out here. Aw, Sandy. How about a gift? A birthday gift? That's very kind of you. I love it. All right. Let's look at our relationship with Sandy. I think it's down in the tank because we haven't really been spending much time with Sandy. Where is she? Well, look at that. She's up there with 4 hearts. My gosh. I think we only had 2, if that. So awesome. I thought I'd run up here and say hello to Emily. And so, hello, Emily. And I'm looking around for coconuts and the cactus fruit, just kind of collecting things while we're here because we're not here very often since it costs 500. And let's see if there's any more down here. There's a couple more because we do have people that ask for coconuts and cactus fruits as far as tasks, and I think some people actually love them as gifts. I'm not sure who those people are off the top of my head. Oh, look good. There's another cactus fruit right there. There we are. So inside the oasis, that's where Sandy is normally standing, and that's where you can purchase a few items from her, some common, some uncommon. There also in the back of the oasis is the casino. Watch a previous episode to see what happened there. So once we got, oh, look at this. I saw the sparklies in the water. So we can pan for something. I don't know what it is. Usually it's ore. Look at that. Coal and ore. 5 coal. I mean, how it takes us forever to make 5 coal. So that was awesome. It's so hard for me to see that. I don't know how I accidentally did. But that's something we should be watching for, is the sparklies in any body of water can give us ore, and in this case coal and ore. So that was pretty awesome. Glad I saw it. All right, back home again. And let's see. And it is after 5 o'clock, so goodbye, Pam. See ya. Thanks for the ride. So you can only go to the desert certain hours because Pam has to be there. All right, we've got quite a batch of stuff here. All of these resources. Look at that. That was unplanned. So cool. Kind of get reorganized. There we go. And I need to put my pan. I always keep it down in my backpack somewhere, and because I really can't keep it up on my bar because that would be, because it's so rare that I need it. But when I do, I need just like quick. My heart's always pounding really hard. All right, got a better supply of cactus fruit and coconuts. I feel better about that in general. So cool. And so what else? Let's see. It's 5:40 p.m. We got a little bit of time left in the day. And, you know, it's always like, oh yeah, oh, they got a cranberry. I must have missed that when I was there earlier. So everything's growing nicely. Everything's looking good. And I just love looking around sometimes and say, okay, these pumpkins right here, they've got another day on them. When they get the yellow seed in the middle, you know that they're coming the next day. So I love looking around and kind of going, okay, that's going to be coming then, this is going to be coming that. I've missed this cranberry. So awesomeness. Put the cranberry away. And let's put 8 more pumpkins in the seed makers. So now I have 8. So I don't know how many more I'll do. I mean, 8's a pretty good number. All it takes is standing right here. And I was also looking and saying, you know, am I going to have enough time to do another planting of the pumpkins? And I don't know. So hopefully we don't have any mistakes. So there we go. Takes 10 seconds, for those of you who haven't done this before, takes 10 seconds to make a new seed. So all you gotta do is put them in, wait 10 seconds. Someone said it's a waste of time. I don't think it's a waste of time. Not at all. Not if I'm saving money. It's profit, right? So I'm using pumpkins that I grew to make seeds. So awesome is that. Pumpkins take 13 days. Keep in mind, 13 days, not counting deluxe speed grow. So keep that in mind. All right. Let's see what else we got going on here. Sometimes when, like, I've done everything that I had planned out for the day, and it's too early to go to bed. I could go to bed. I hate to waste the time. So, you know, and I know those of you saying, well, you go to bed at 10 and you could go to bed at 1. No, that's not my role play way of doing it. So I'm thinking it's 8 o'clock. I really don't need to go to bed until 10, which is a couple of hours from now. I'm thinking, what could I possibly do with my time? And I love the stash of pumpkins that we currently have. The seeds are looking good. And it's like, okay, do I want to do another batch or not? So I'm really thinking about it. I'm also looking at the produce that I have as far as putting them in the preserve jars and, you know, and making preserves and making wine. So I'm just kind of really just looking over everything and seeing how much I have of everything, and also for gifts and things like that. So just kind of, keeping an eye on things. I love looking at it. It's kind of a self-satisfaction thing for me to look around. It's very satisfying to look around the farm, see how things are growing. It just makes me happy, and I like looking at it all, because I did this. If we look at a screenshot of day one, where our farm was covered with rocks and trees and trash and stone and things like that, we have come a long way. And in videos, often I will put those screenshots of day one, where we currently are and where we are potentially going, because I'm using my 11-year farm screenshot, the last one that I did, as kind of a this is where we're going kind of thing. Now I'm changing a few things here and there, not a ton, but a few things. I'm trying to get some of this area cleaned up right here. We've got just some of these trees are in the way, and I don't want them, and I don't want these growing here. They just kind of grew there. Getting them out of the way. So eventually we're going to do an update on that. I haven't done it for a while. It's coming. I really don't want to do it in the wintertime, because all you're seeing is white, and that's not pretty. So probably in the springtime, after we get everything planted, then I'll do a new screenshot of what I call a progression screenshot. But you can go back in previous videos. I mentioned it in the titles. You can go back and look yourself, and you can see, you can always take your very last item back out of the shipping bin. Keep that in mind. So look at the titles for the progression screenshots. It's in the titles of the videos, so go check that out. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. If you want to make a comment down in the comments, then today's secret word is going to be Sandy. So we haven't used that one yet, so let's have Sandy be our super secret word today. Use Sandy in the comments in a very creative way for me. If you like my videos, please give it a thumbs up. YouTube loves the comments. They love the subscriptions. They love the thumbs up. All of those things makes YouTube like me better. So stay tuned. We got all kinds of new stuff coming up. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. The most important thing is I want you to have a wonderful rest of your day.